right,
right, big boy.
we gonna talk.
All right,
Okay.
big boy. I'm live
All right.
now.
All right.
All right, big boy.
All right.
Oh, let me get you out. Bam. That was Johnny Wawa. I was on there talking with him for damn near half hour, and and I didn't even know I wasn't even on live yet. But you see, we at the Matrix. We at the Matrix tonight. Of course, tonight the topic is struggle. We did comes yesterday. We did adversity the day before that, and change before that. So we must navigate the struggle. Oh, let me show y'all. Um, I went to, I got shot last year, and I went to a trauma thing, and they gave me an award. What's up, Pippin? Yeah, they gave me an award today at the hospital. You know, as y'all know, the name of this program is called TACC, Through Adversity Come Change by me. It's on Amazon. Hey, Pippin, yo, it was a good joint, man. I sold one book. I gave three out, and I met up with two organizations, and one of them drove me back home. So it might be something good, and everybody know. And I got up in front of an auditorium of doctors and everything, and gave my book out, and everybody looked at it, and they took pictures. A lot of them are going to yeah, no question. And a lot of them going to purchase the book. One dude bought it right there. He gave me $25, and then I sent him his five back. That's right. Let's go. Yeah, so I sent him his $5 back. I ain't trying to beat nobody, but yeah, it was a big turnout, and I spoke in front of the whole auditorium. It felt good. You know what I mean? It felt real good. You know, um, and then we had a circle. We talked in a circle, and we ate, and and then like they brought me home. But yeah, that was a really really good experience. But like I said, tonight's topic is struggle, and I'm gonna take y'all through there because this is something that we all go through. We all go through struggle, and when you're able to face your struggles and what you're going through, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like being on that other side after you've gone through your struggle. It's nothing like, like, man, to really see what you're made of. A lot of us don't know what we can really do until our backs are against the wall. Like I told y'all in one of my talks, that I didn't realize how much I was able to do. Like I was running a half a marathon. Yeah, God is the greatest. You know, um, a half a marathon, 10K, 5K, lifting 400 something pounds. I never thought doing pull ups, everything. You never know what you can do until you have to do it. And it was a struggle in the beginning because, I'm new to prison. I'm young. I've never been really for not long. And I got a 17-year, 7-month bid. So, in the beginning, you'd be like, man, how am I going to get through this? But it's a struggle in the beginning until you learn how to bid. Once you learn how to bid, it's easy, But I'm just using this as an example so you can understand, you know, uh, struggle is real, you know, and through adversity comes change. It's part of the struggle. You got to go through your adversities in order for your life to change, and you have to struggle. It's not going to be easy. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, man. Life is not easy. You have to work at it every day. This is why they say from the cradle to the grave. You're learning from the cradle to the grave. But let me give you some examples. Personal growth and identity. Struggle. Letting go of who you used to be. Why? Your old identity can't fit the new level. If you understand that, that change has to happen. Blessings. You finally become who you were meant to be. It's like I say, everything that I went through in my life, I wouldn't change anything because I like who I am today. Like even with like just little things like the backdrop. The backdrop is the matrix. The matrix is the struggle in life. And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's something spooky. No, the matrix is the struggle in life. It's the adversity. It's your choices that shape your adversities, and your adversities are your lessons to get you to your blessings. That's the matrix of life. It's no spooky, nobody controlling no computer. No, it's the struggles of life. And then you must ask yourself, what part of your past are you still holding on to that keeps you small? A lot of people don't want to answer that because when you hear the word small, you think like it's a demeaning word. No, it's a mindset, and anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, it's up to you. You have to be the one to do it. And it's real. It um struggle. Facing your own toxic patterns. That's a great effort. Like I tell people, man, I've been doing this program for almost 3 years now, and no one has embraced the program. And the program will help you heal because look at me. I'm an example. I'm the first candidate of this program. It took me 6 years to formulate this. What this was God's work. You can't fix what you refuse to see. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to realize that, that we're all broken in some kind of way and we need to heal. True self mastery and inner peace. Question: what one habit you keep defending instead of healing? See that again. What one habit you keep defending instead of healing? See, because when you keep habits, that means you haven't gone through the struggle to get through it. Everything's a lesson. And if you do right, it's a blessing. It's up to you. Being alone after a breakup or fallout, the struggle through that is deep, but you must go through it. And through that adversity, change will take place. Loneliness teaches you who you are without a mirror. You stop needing external validation. These are the things you go through when you struggle. And you ask yourself, when was the last time you sat with yourself and actually listened? And I know some people say, I don't talk to my, yeah, I talk to myself all the time. Who better than you to know you other than God? So, you the best candidate for that. Relationships, struggle, outgrowing a close friend or a partner. It happens. It's life. It's a struggle to get through it, but it's life. Why staying small for others kills your purpose. You might be trying to grow and they want to keep you down. You have to sometimes, even a bird kicks the chick out the nest so he can fly. Sometimes you have to go. And that's just life. Everybody's not meant to be in your life forever. And this is just how it is. Blessing. Space for aligned elevates relationships. Having that space, that time for yourself to think, what am I really want? What am I really trying to do? It's up to you. It's not up to no one else. Setting a boundary that makes someone angry. Like I told you, when you set a boundary, the people who love you will respect your boundaries. The people who get angry are the people who don't respect your boundaries because they want to use you for whatever they have for you. And always know that your boundaries are your respect line. And if a person doesn't respect you, they don't need to be in your life. And that's just part of life. I ain't make the rules. Their anger proves the boundary was necessary. Just think about that. Like I said, if they don't respect your boundary, they don't respect you. So their anger is why they who they are. They don't really respect you. The blessing, respect, self-respect, and less resentment. These are the things that go along with that. And ask yourself, where are you being nice instead of harsh, honest? I mean, not harsh, honest. Let me say that again. Where are you being nice instead of honest? Meaning, are you letting people go over your boundaries? Are you afraid to say no? And in the struggle, you have to be able to get through everything to get you where you need to be. And that's just how life is. Struggle, having the hard conversation you keep avoiding. A lot of us, uh, we struggle through these times when we know that we need to speak logic or give somebody confidence or just support someone, you know. And a lot of times we're afraid because we don't know how that person is going to react or where they are in their struggle. And sometimes if they're not in the right place in their struggle, it's going to backfire. So you have to know when to do certain things, and that comes with time. That comes with peace, being at peace, knowing not to judge a person for where they are because that's just where they are. That's not where you are. And but being able to see it and knowing it and not judging. It's a difference. Why? Avoidance extends pain, courage ends it. It's going to come to a time, it's like a father and a son, a mother and a daughter. It's certain conversations they must have when they get to a certain age, and avoiding it keeps the pain or whatever going. But when you uh, confront it, it kills all of that. And that's what we want. The blessing from doing this is freedom, clarity, and closure. Now ask yourself, what would happen if you said it today? See, I'm not just giving you examples, I'm giving you answers to ask yourself so you can help yourself heal as we go through this. I know it's going to take time for y'all to come in. Y'all got to see a lot of people on first and see that it's working. And then, and it's cool. But this is why I'm giving you examples and answers so that you can start on your road to heal. Go through your struggles by yourself until you're ready to come deal with me. And I can take you to the next level. Starting with zero skills looking foolish. Every expert was once a beginner who didn't quit. You got to go through the struggles. The blessing of it, mastery and ability to teach others. And this is what life is about. It's not about self, you know. This is not about self. Because if it's about self, I healed, when I was in prison. I could be doing something else, constructive or not constructive. But you guys are that important to me that I want to give this to you because God gave it to me so freely. And you can't keep it unless you give it away. I just want us all to be at peace, and be able to get through our adversities and have the tools when other adversities arise, we know what to do to deal with them. See, first you have to learn how to navigate. Then once you learn how to navigate, then you have it. So anytime they arrive, you know the steps you need to take, but you have to go through the process first and see that it works, and then you'll be able to do it. Then you can help others. Finances and stability, struggle, being broke and humiliated. Why? Humility breaks entitlement and builds creativity. Like, you can go through something next year and get on your feet this year and never look back. It's up to you. Everything in life is up to us. We make our own decisions. There's nobody controlling that. You may think that, but if you're a person of the world, man, you can get out there and get it. Simple. Struggle, digging out of debt you created. Why? Paying the price, rewiring your discipline, you know, because when you make these bills and dig yourself in these holes, you're not disciplined. So the blessing is, paying the price, re rewires your discipline. It makes you, not do the things that you did to get you in the position you are now. The blessing, financial freedom with them, wisdom attached. And ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice now to never feel that weight again? You know, it's up to you. You have to ask yourself these questions. Struggle, supporting family with little left for yourself. Why? Responsibility forges strength, and it teaches as well. The blessing, an unshakable work ethic, and a legacy. Now ask yourself, who are you becoming by carrying what you're carrying? That can mean a multitude of things to you. It's up to you. Health and body. Struggle, waking up sore, tired, unmotivated to train. Why? Discipline on low days builds trust in yourself. It's a lot of times that I don't feel like doing anything, and those are to be the best days to work, to be the best day, and you get the most out of it. Now ask yourself, what would your future self thank you for doing today? You got to ask yourself this. Struggle, breaking an addiction, food, phone, substance. Why? Withdrawal is a feeling of chains breaking. The blessing, real freedom and authentic energy. Ask yourself, what are you medicating that you actually need to feel? You know, and these things are very pertinent in life. We have to go through these things. Some people have mental emotional resilience struggle sitting with anxiety without numbing it. Why? Feeling process become wisdom. Let me say that right. Feelings processed becomes wisdom. One more time. Feelings processed become wisdom. meaning you process the information, the adversity, the struggle that you're going through, and you learn from it. That's the wisdom. Struggle getting through a day after devastating news. Why? Surviving the worst hour proves you can survive the next. Say that again. Surviving the worst hour proves you can survive the next. The blessing, unbreakable proof of your resilience. Now ask yourself, what did you survive last year that you thought would kill you? I can tell you what I thought, but this is about y'all. Struggle, forgiving someone who isn't sorry. Why? Forgiveness is for you, not for them. The blessing, you stop carrying their weight. Question yourself. Who are you still giving free rent in your mind? You crying, Pippin? Struggle, creating something nobody sees or applauds. Silent season builds authentic voice. Blessing, an audience that found you, not follows your chased. Follows, let me say it again. An audience that found you, not followers you've chased. That's the blessing. Oh, it's a laughing emoji? Okay. I thought I was doing a bad job for a minute. It's another one. Struggle. Just think about it. Failing publicly and feeling shame. Why? Shame loses power when you stay visible. The blessing. Thick skin and permission for other thick skin and permission for others to fail too. I didn't get that one. Here go another one. Struggle. Making a decision that disappoints people. Why? Leadership isn't popularity. The blessing, respect from the right people, clarity from everyone else. Ask yourself, who are you trying to please instead of lead? Struggle, being misunderstood or criticized. Why? Misunderstanding is a course of being ahead. Blessing, you stop explaining yourself and start moving. Ask yourself once again, what have you not done because you feared what they say? And a lot of us go through peer pressure, in life. Faith and purpose. If it if the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't, let it fly. Struggle, praying and hearing nothing. Why? Silence grows faith more than answers do. Blessing, trust that doesn't depend on feeling. Ask yourself, do you want comfort or do you want growth? Struggle, walking away from something good that isn't yours. Why? Wrong blessings delay right ones. That's deep. I'm going to say that once again. Wrong blessings delay right ones. The blessing. One hands for what's truly meant for you. Open hands for what's truly meant for you. And ask yourself, what are you settling for this that's blocking your best? And I know I'm making little mistakes, y'all, but I have dyslexia and I've been smoking. So, you know, I know y'all get what I'm saying. Struggle, waiting for years for a promise. Why? Waiting refines character and kills shortcuts. The blessing. You arrive ready, not reckless. This is a deep one right here. Struggle. Raising a child who's struggling and pushes you away. Why? Steady love during rejection build lifelong anchor. Blessings. They come back and they know where home is. Question. What do you need to hear from your own parent that you can give yourself? Struggle, choosing peace over family dysfunction. Why? Breaking cycles hurts before it heals. Like I tell you, when I was away, I asked God to take the people out of my life who didn't deserve to be there, and it's mostly family and so-called friends. It hurt, yeah, it did at the time. Now, no. Before, yeah. Before I was able to forgive, yeah, no. But now, it is what it is. I must continue to live my life. Like I said, this is the matrix today because struggle is part of the matrix. Struggle, feeling like you failed at everything that matters. Why? Rock bottom is a foundation, not a finish line. The blessing, nothing to lose equals everything to gain. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing but when you only way you can go is up is what's happening. Now ask yourself, what if your lowest point becomes your origin story? And that's how stories and experience, strength, and hope is made through the bottom, because there's nowhere else to go but up. Struggle, not knowing if you'll make it through this season. Why? Uncertainty builds the muscle of faith. Blessing, you look back and realize you never walk alone. Ask yourself, what would you tell someone else going through exactly what you're going through? And just notice the struggle isn't the enemy of blessings, it's the delivery system. You don't go around it, you go through it. And through is where the change happens. And that speaks volumes. You know, it's only through your adversity change takes place. 1 second. Hello?
Hello, this is Accessorize. To hear this message in English, press 1. We're calling for customer number 1462796. Regarding pickup times for Friday, May 22nd. Your pickup times are 11.
Yeah. But yeah, struggle is something that we all must go through. Struggle is part of adversity. Struggle is part of change. You know, struggle is part of comes. Struggle is part of who through. But what you have to understand is we have to struggle in everything in everyday life. And why not do it for yourself? It's just like being an entrepreneur. You work for somebody so long, you say, man, why am I working for somebody? I might well do it myself. It's a struggle. But when you win for you. And I have this mindset because I grew up with a mother that owned businesses. You know, all my life we owned candy store, 3 bars, taxi cabs. And then when I got older, I owned houses and restaurant. So I have a mindset of an entrepreneur, and I understand that struggle is part of the growth. Like I tell you, I used to be in 5 Link multi-level marketing, and one of their mantras is you got to go through your nose to get to your yeses. And it's the truth. Everything in life is a struggle until you make it. And then once you make it, you still got to struggle. Of course, you got to be able to keep it. It's not easy because you're going to have people coming from every direction once you make it. But just understand this, right? Embrace your struggle. You know, be glad that God is putting you through something because He makes no mistakes. And whatever He's putting you through is to build you up, to make your character better, to make your life better so that you can be better. And it's only through these adversities and these struggles that change takes place. And that's just how life goes. You have to understand it, but you have to work through it. Life is not easy, but through adversity, change takes place. And you just have to want to go through the adversity to make the change. And I love it because it lets me see how much I really can do and you know the strength that I really have. So I want each and every one of y'all to really understand that, when you're going through something, it's for the best. God don't make mistakes. He don't make mistakes. It's for you. He's preparing you for what he has for you in the future. You just got to pay attention. Stay focused on your present right now. Because if you take care of the present right now, it'll bless your future. But if you stay looking in the back, you're not going to see what's coming in the future or the present because you're stuck. So just go through your struggles and know that, man, no matter what, God got you. Y'all have a blessed night. You hear? Scotty, I'm out. Are you coming over tomorrow or Saturday? All right. Call. Give me a call. Give me a call. All right, Pimpin. All right. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. Y'all have a blessed one and get your spirit right with God. Peace.